Well, hey folks, I'm excited to have you here tonight. It's Tuesday. We're doing the second of 4 webinars and using Fly to Learn, and want to welcome you all here and hoping for another good evening. If you would, just send me a message so I know that you can hear me loud and clear. Excellent, Andy and Catherine. Thank you for letting me know. We're good to go there. Now, just to let you know, there's the Fly to Learn video section on YouTube, and all of last week's webinar is on YouTube. I broke it into 5 pieces. They're around 15 minutes a piece, and you can go back anytime and review what we've done here. Tonight we'll go ahead and do that as well, and you'll be able to come back and review any of what we do here tonight. As we before we get started, I just want to share something with you. Friday, I did a math day at our school where we talked about careers in math. This was for high school kids, and we just brought in speakers. In the course of doing that, the top 20 paying careers are all STEM related. They're all math or science and engineering. Petrochemical, by the way, is the highest at $95,000 fresh out of college. And part of that also we learned about is the low-end jobs are here to stay. The middle management jobs are going away. The middle is really being automated out or shipped overseas. And then the high-end jobs are remaining here right now. And that seems to be the trend. In fact, they're increasing. So these are all good reasons for our children to be thinking about STEM fields. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and talk about Fly to Learn and what we're doing with STEM fields. Taking a quick look here. All right. Everybody's telling me we're good to go, so we're here. Let me go ahead and pop the screen back up. All right. Now, let's go ahead. But in case anybody wants to know, that's a King Air on approach right there. Twin engine plane. You're going to get a chance to fly a little bit later. As I was saying earlier, Introduction to Fly to Learn, Part 2. This is going to try to cover lessons 3 and 5. We may even get into aspect ratio depending on how we do this. As we're not only going to be on YouTube, this and all the future lessons too, so you can always see them then as well. Real quick, someone asked that we do a quick summary for people that might not have been here. I'll try to go through this, kind of go through a little bit quicker. If you need to go back through, just ask me questions at the end, call me, email, watch past videos. You know, we need to be getting kids to be teaching, excuse me, we're teaching engineering. We want the kids to learn about STEM careers, get them ready for college, increase their interest in STEM careers, and frankly, create the next generation of aviation professionals. When you teach Fly to Learn, when we set this up, our goals on this were to make it very engaging, but also balance that with academic rigor. We're stressing the science and engineering methods, and I think the engineering method is key for STEM right now. I think that's really what's different. We want to do an aviation theme. We didn't want any special equipment. Most schools have older computers, and we want it to run on most old computers. So that's kind of that's where some of the things we do. This is why we did it, and try to keep it as affordable as possible. The 3 parts that come with Fly to Learn is X-Plane 9 or X-Plane 7, the FTL student teacher lesson worksheets, and presentation materials. And that's slides and videos and how-to videos. Which brings me to another point. Everybody that's here today, if you'll email me at either at tdubick@flytolearn or tomdubick@gmail. If you would, please email what you want your login for our website. So these are for all the members that have Fly to Learn. We want to get, I need a username. I'll give you a password and I'll send that. But please send me an email with the username you want. I'll send you a password. You then can change the password whatever way you want it. Okay? And this will allow you to access our videos on our website. We'll also make sure you're good to go on Dropbox if you got to do it that way. And obviously we have webinars. And there's our Dropbox and website membership. All right. X-Plane's the flight simulator. Plane Maker, we're going to create airplanes. If we get to lesson 7 tonight, we're going to do Plane Maker. The first 6 lessons are a science theme, more of the scientific method. The final 4 lessons are more of an engineering. We're working towards the engineering method. And then the final lessons, they design an airplane they can fly. Just some quick teaching tips on this. The kids should spend most of their time doing things. You're there to facilitate. You're not the sage on the stage. Don't worry about knowing everything. And frankly, just have fun with it. All right, a sample lesson would consist of an introduction, show one of the videos we have with it, then hand out student worksheets. Don't hand out student worksheets first. The kids will look at the worksheets and won't pay attention to anything you're saying. And then get them on the computers and let them start flying. So with that in mind, let's go review some lessons. There's the 10 lessons. And I'm using it this way. I'm putting some of the pages actually in the PowerPoint. Some folks said that there was a little bit of a lag running X-Plane, so I'm trying to do it as much as possible, pulling up some of our lessons so you can see it that way. But I will be bringing up X-Plane. I will be showing you how to do some things. And the first flight, we really worked on a couple key areas. The first area was setting up the airplane. And in that, if you see up here, you want the kids to start at Lowy. 1, you want them consistently starting there. 2, it comes with the discs that you're going to get. So Lowy is there. Everything's designed to work with Lowy. You want to use the Cessna 172 because if not, the kids are pulling up fighter airplanes or space airplanes or whatever. A tip there, you can remove if you go to the aircraft folder and you want to remove the other aircraft, you can. Set the time to 8 so it's daytime for your kids. And then clear screen right there. When the next step was to start taking off, let the kids fly the airplane. There's 3 steps to this. You want to make sure it's paused. You want to click off this brake light and you want to push the throttle in. So right before you take off, it should look like this. Still paused, no brake light, throttle full in. And then this square, you're going to click up here once you unpause it and then start going down the runway. We have the kids draw lines in there. What we're teaching them is about, the first lesson is about potential and kinetic energy. They're trading off kinetic energy for altitude or altitude for kinetic energy, which is airspeed. All right. Second lesson was about forces. Again, we're trying to reinforce what's going on in the science room. So we talk about mass, weight, etc. We're going to jump right on that. Now the setup screen's a little more just specific. The kids are picking it up. It makes it a little easier for them to follow, we found. In this one, you're changing the weight balance, and you're looking at how long it takes them, they take off. All right. Under the data set screen, which was under special settings, excuse me. You had data input and output. This is data set. You know, we set, these are approximately 131 parameters we can measure. Here are the 2 right here. Speeds, distance traveled, landing gear, vertical force. That may change, and it will change from lesson to lesson, but these are very common ones. Up here at the top are the 2 you need. This is for graphing it, so we can show you on the next screen. And then there's the cockpit display. Okay? Going a little faster. I'll slow it down as we get to the new lessons. Here's data C on this. It's at this point right here. We're looking at a couple different things. This is all kinds of things we picked up. The landing gear, distance traveled, airspeed. A tip to this is to just click what you're really looking for. Here's true airspeed. Here's distance traveled. Here's the load on our landing gear. Remember, just a quick reminder, we want to use true airspeed as opposed to indicated airspeed. Just be consistent with that. I don't care what unit you use, just be consistent. Distance, I'm using feet here, that's fine. Landing gear, if it's on the ground, there's going to be a load, but once it's off the ground, there is no load on the landing gear, and that's kind of how we define takeoff with Fly to Learn. What's great is then the kids do a basic lab where they repeat it. They're just changing a variable. I show you on the screen here for those of folks who may or may not have seen it or thinking about it. They do it 3 times and take the average takeoff distance, and this with different loads. And then they do payload versus average takeoff distance. All right, just ran through that pretty quick. Are there any other questions on those lessons right there and what we just talked about in the whole theme of this? Pull up over here. I hate when it does that. I guess we'll have to keep, I was going to put the questions on separately, but if I do that, it blows out of my PowerPoint.